Here's a business people literally cannot quit, no matter how bad the economy gets: the laundromat. It's boring, it's unglamorous, and it quietly throws off cash while the owner barely shows up. Today, I'll show you exactly how you'd acquire one. The real margins after utilities and wages, the little money down financing, the deal math line by line, and the landmines that quietly sink first-time buyers. First, the secret. A laundromat isn't really a laundry business. It's a recession-proof, semi-absentee cash machine, built on a need people cannot skip. When money gets tight, people don't buy a washer and dryer. They go to the laundromat, so demand actually holds up in a downturn, and in a boom, the neighborhood keeps washing anyway. There are roughly 30,000 laundromats in America, and most are owned by small mom-and-pop operators, not chains. Tired stores, old pricing, owners ready to retire. Exactly the kind of sleepy market acquirers love. And most of the day, the store runs itself. The machines take the money, an attendant tidies up for part of the day, and the owner shows up to collect, clean, and fix the occasional coin jam. Steady demand plus almost no labor is why investors quietly adore these. So how does it make money? Pure volume. A busy neighborhood store grosses $15,000 to $30,000 a month in wash and dry cycles, paid up front, every single load, in quarters and card taps. There are no invoices, no receivables, and nobody to chase. On top of the machines, you've got soap vending, a change machine, sometimes a snack machine, all skimming a little extra off the same foot traffic. Money in, all day, on autopilot. Now, what does it cost to buy? Like every business we cover, you don't pay for the machines, you pay for the cash flow. Laundromats typically sell for 3 to 5 times yearly owner earnings, which usually works out to 50 to 70% of annual gross. So a solid established store trades between $300,000 and $700,000. And remember, the price follows the cash flow, not the equipment list. A shiny store with weak numbers is worth less than an ugly store that prints, and the books, not the paint, are what you're buying. But here's where amateurs get the math wrong. Utilities. Water, gas, and electricity to run those machines eat roughly 25 to 30% of everything the store makes. It is the single biggest expense, bigger than rent, and it never takes a month off. Then come the lease payment. The part-time attendant's wages, repairs, insurance, and card system fees. Add it all up, and a store grossing $300,000 a year nets its owner around $100,000 to $150,000 after every cost including the attendant. That number, after utilities and after labor, is the only number the deal is built on. If a seller quotes you gross, smile, and ask for the utility bills. Let's talk financing, because you are not paying cash. Laundromats qualify for SBA 7A loans, often with just 10 to 15% down, because the equipment and the steady cash flow back the loan. And sellers will frequently carry a note for part of the price, especially on an older store where the owner just wants to be done. Between the SBA and a seller note, buyers regularly take control of one of these with about 15% of the price in real cash. Now the deal math, and we'll keep it honest. Say a store throws off $120,000 a year in owner earnings, already after utilities, rent, and the attendant. At a 4 times multiple, the price is $480,000. You put 15% down, $72,000, and finance the rest. The SBA loan costs about $68,000 a year in payments. So subtract the loan from the earnings. $120,000 in, $68,000 to the bank, and you keep roughly $52,000 a year, pre-tax, on a business that mostly runs without you. And because the loan amortizes, part of that $68,000 is quietly buying the store outright every single year. 10 years later, the payments stop and the whole $120,000 is yours. But here is where first-time buyers get wrecked. 1. The lease. This is the deal killer nobody checks. Your customers walk to you, which means you cannot move the store without losing them. And if the lease is short or the landlord can spike the rent, your entire business is a hostage. You want a long lease? Think 10 years with renewal options, locked in writing before you wire a cent. 2. The other landmines, utility spikes, because if water or gas rates jump, your biggest cost balloons overnight. Old machines, because commercial washers last 10 to 15 years, and a store full of tired ones is a 6-figure refit hiding under fresh paint. And demographics, because a laundromat lives on renters within about a mile, and a gentrifying block where every new building has in-unit washers will slowly starve it. Walk the neighborhood at 7 p.m. before you ever read the books. Finally, the value playbook, because this is how you get paid twice. Add wash and fold, where customers pay $1.25 to $1.50 per pound for you to do their laundry. That's high-margin service revenue stacked on the same four walls. Add pickup and delivery, and you're suddenly a laundry app with none of the venture losses. Swap coins for a modern card system, nudge prices a few cents a cycle, and thousands of monthly loads barely notice while your revenue quietly climbs. Brighten the lights, extend the hours, fill the corner with vending. And remember, the multiple works in reverse. Every extra dollar of yearly profit adds roughly $4 to what the store sells for. Grow earnings by $30,000 a year and you have quietly created well over $100,000 of value on exit. So that's the laundromat. Boring on the surface, a recession-proof cash machine underneath. You buy it with a little money down, let the machines pay off the loan, lock the lease, respect the utility bill, and improve the store until it's worth far more than you paid. Boring builds fortunes. This is Acquisition Insider, showing you how the machine really works. Subscribe.